Brian Palavai here with Ragna Debats before the 2021 Western States 100. How are you?
Hi, Ren. I'm fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, looking forward to the race. It's a countdown now, and I'm ready. So just waiting.
The last time we had a normal racing season, 2019, you had a really good year. You won the Marathon des Sables, Transvolcania, CCC. How did you feel in 2019?
I felt really good. Yeah, after 2018, which was the year I won the World Championships, and I wanted to do some different things, and I couldn't be more pleased to win the races I picked out, which I wanted to do, and winning them was even more special, of course. Yeah, and then 2020 was also a great year because we started our Rolling Mountains project, which is like a project in which we travel to all the different continents and race an ultra race on each continent. So for many people, I think 2020 was like a year without many races, and for us, it was actually a very full year with plenty of races as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've never stopped really, and now it seems, well, just a dream to be here in Western States, because I only knew this like probably like a month ago.
All right, back to the interview. So last year was a full year for you. Did it feel different though with did you go to the races more for enjoyment than competition, or what was the experience like last year?
Yeah, I think it was slightly different because Rolling Mountains is the ultimate challenge. I think it's combining family with traveling and with racing, and you always have to give in on one of the points. I mean, you can't have them all 100%. So of course, also with the racing, it was a lot more difficult. And some races we were able to prepare more thoroughly, and other races were more difficult to prepare, and we just took them as just not really like a fun race, but just the best we could, basically. And yeah.
Did you learn anything? Was that good preparation for this year, coming back to more competition like a Western States with your family here?
I think definitely last year was a very interesting, a year to learn and to also for our bodies to get used to all different types of circumstances and to adapt to it very, very quickly. And I think it has made us a lot stronger, both physically as mentally. Yeah, we spent a lot of time in very cold, very extremely cold places, but also in Costa Rica, where it's extremely hot with very humid conditions. And running in that sort of conditions is something I think your body remembers afterwards. So I feel a lot more comfortable now with hot conditions than I used to do.
Yeah. And probably good mental preparation as well.
Yeah, mentally as well, because of course you have to cope with all sort of things, and when everything gets easier again, it just seems all really smooth and easy.
So you just found out recently you were going to run Western States, yes? Is that because of the travel, or?
Well, it was on my wish list, and I know it's not very easy to get into this race, and my only option was through the Ultra Trail World Tour, and it was only like when they told me I had a bib, and of course I said yes, I want to go there. I'm here in the States, and so it wasn't so long ago. Yeah.
So you were here anyway in the United States.
I was going to be here, and originally in the project I wanted to run Western States. So it was last year. It was cancelled, and I didn't have a bib either.
Yeah.
And this year it just seemed to work out. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So that's. If I remember correctly, you started Transgran Canaria this year, and that would have been your longest race ever?
No, I ran a couple of longer races. My longest, I think, was in Mallorca. I think 2018 as well, after the main season. And that was like 130 or 35.
So the Camino de Cabal?
But I did last year.
Which race was that in Mallorca?
I can't think
it's
of
okay,
it now.
It's okay. So you've run...
Too much pressure.
Yeah.
And last year I ran the Monterey Trail Festival, which was probably the most competitive race we ran in Europe. And that was only 110 kilometers, I think. But it had 8,500 positive altitude
So a
meters.
similar amount of time.
And it was a similar amount of time.
At least within a few hours.
That is, I think, the thing I hold on to, because I know more or less what it is to run that amount of hours. And even though the terrain will be very different, I think it gives me a good indication of what it will be like.
What do you think about the? There will be a lot of running, like not just hiking at the end of this race.
Yeah.
And you've only known about, you had a bib for a month. So how have you prepared in that short period of time?
I'm a person that adapts more easily to runnable terrain than to very steep terrain. So it's more natural for me to run fast for a long time than to climb hard and steep for a long time. So for me, in that sense, it's easier to prepare this type of race, I think. But yeah, I've never run such a long distance so in such a runnable terrain.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really look forward to it because I expect it to be amazing because it's what I like. Because I think I'll be running like through beautiful scenery. I've seen some of it yesterday, and the paths are all smooth. So this is something when I train I enjoy most.
Yeah.
Because you got all the scenery, and it feels very easy. So I think this is nice. I love.
So you're excited about that?
I'm really excited.
Which is a lot of the strongest competitors from Europe are really well suited for that mountainous terrain, and you like. What do you think that reason is? Is it your background in the sport, or what makes you excited to run?
My background is not really a running background because I'm recently not really new anymore, but I started late running and I don't come from like an athletics background. But I don't know, I think my body just seems to adapt more easily to it. And maybe, in the Netherlands, everything is flat. So when I was young, I didn't go up and down all the time. Like if you live in Spain, it's most likely that you live in a place where you have to climb and descend all the time.
Yeah, or at least in the Pyrenees. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that might be, but it might be also just my body or what I'm made for. But I enjoy both. I mean, I love being out in the mountains, and I love climbing to the white summits, and that's what I really love. But my body seems to be ready more naturally for just like the flatter runnable.
This should be a good race for you then.
Yeah.
What made you choose Western States as one of your first very long races?
I think from the United States, it's one of the most prestigious races. It's a very old race, and that makes it interesting. The story behind it, it just seems like a classic. And from all the races in the United States, I wanted to do Western States, and I would love to do Hard Rock as well. They are completely different races, and they would be like a perfect match. Like the more mountainous, like steeper one, in high altitude, and this one, which is the most athletic long race, I think.
So you've been road tripping around the United States with your family, and you were just in the Durango, Silverton, Ouray area in Colorado. How did you enjoy that?
I really loved it, absolutely loved it. We did actually go on some of the Hard Rock stretches, but I followed my training schedule completely because I wanted to be as fit as possible for this race. So I haven't been able to climb all of the summits. I mean, there aren't too many anyway, but I mean, I had to find like a middle way of running in the mountains. And I love the Colorado Trail because it's quite smooth, quite runnable, but still in altitude and with nice climbs and descents as well. So
good scenery.
And good scenery, yeah. So that was for me seemed like the perfect option to train. And it's amazing. I mean, in between Durango, Silverton, and Ouray, you've got everything you need to get ready for any race, I would say.
Nice. What are you looking forward to most this weekend? What do you?
I'm just looking forward to racing.
Yeah.
I'm being out there in the mountains and hopefully feeling good. Feeling strong, and just like I hope it's gonna be like my World Championship in 2018, like a smooth, regular race, like consistent race, and with good feelings. And I hope it will be like the championship, where I felt like I was just celebrating all the work I've done before. And anyway, I am so happy to be here, and I think my path so far until here has been perfect. So nobody can take that away from me, and I feel like I've accomplished like this whole part of the journey already, and running the race will just be the final part of it, and hopefully it will be good, of course.
So you come to the start line as the best you. You've done all you can.
Yeah, I think so. I'm really a person who knows myself, and I know that anything can happen, and your result will be at the finish line, and not you can't expect anything before that. But I think I'll definitely also be one of the persons who can be at the stage at the finish line. And I think I've done all the work towards it, so I feel confident. And unless something happens, I think I can run a good race.
And I mean, you have had so much success at 50 kilometers, 80 kilometers, 100 kilometers. How do you think you will be able to control the pace for 160 kilometers? Do you think that will be a challenge to be even?
I don't know. Normally with me it's like a natural, like if I run an 80 mile, my body seems to just tell me like this is your pace, and if I run a 50 mile, my body seems to tell me also the pace, and if I run a 5 mile, which I've done a couple of times and I love that too, then my body also reacts, and I'm ready for it. So but it's not something I will plan. I never look at my watch like what pace am I running at. I just
by feel.
I run by feel, and hopefully also this time it will work.
Well, great, and best of luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.
And one quick bonus question: what's your puppy's name?
She's called Lily.
This is the little troublemaker.
This is the one. Oh, kisses. And it was probably like in the top 3. We didn't expect that.
Nope.
Lily, Lily, get it. I'll put my feet on her.